Hello, good morning, students. By seeing this particular graph, you will get a rough idea about today's lecture, what we are going to start with. Before commencing with this chapter or topic, we have already discussed the paper pattern in the first lecture. As you all know, question number 6A and question number 6B is your graph reading and graph plotting. So this is what in front of you is a graph reading question, and similar type we are going to see the question number 6A as well as question number 6B simultaneously. If you see this particular topic or question, here you are having an option, that is either you can solve question number 6A or you can solve question number 6B. So through this, either you have to read the graph, that is question number 6B, or either you have to solve the graph, that is you have to draw the graph, that is question number 6A. 3 marks will be covered for that, and 3 marks will be covered for graph making, and 3 marks will be based on the question will be asked on the base on that. 3 marks will be covered out there. So you have to be very careful, and these are the marks where you can score very easily out of 40. So this type of graph and map supplement will be provided to you. This is map. See, you can see one changes out there in the Indian map, as this Kashmir has been divided into two. This is right now Kashmir, and this is your Ladakh region. This is your Brazil map. This is a supplement which is provided by the board, will be provided by the board to you people in the during the exam. And the back side you will be having here question number 6A, that is your graph making. So today we are going to see the graph topic. Let's start. See student, when it comes to graph, in all we are having the 3 types of graph. Number 1, commonly line graph. Number 2, simple bar graph. And number 3, joint bar graph. Now if you see, many of you people have already done this type of graph either in your algebra or geometry, and even you have done in geography in 9th standard. If you remember that I have already given you the basic idea about in chapter number 8 of geography of 9th standard, and we have already solved this graph. But again we are going to do the same with this, and the first and the foremost we are going to see the rules and regulations of the board regarding the marking scheme of the graph. Let us see that. So in all, graph is allotted with 3 marks for making and 3 marks for answering the question based on that. So let us see what are these 3 marks will be given on what basis, and we will be trying to solve one question of the graph with that simultaneously, so that you will be getting a general idea about the graph. Okay, now take an example of this graph. Students, if you see this graph very carefully, so you will be seeing that this is your page number 52 of the textbook, figure number 8.1. There you will be seeing the graph of that is a joint bar graph of India, Brazil and USA. That is a comparative study done out here. If you see on the left hand side this scale, so this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. The scaling done out here on the y-axis is very important, and the number of years is taken on the x-axis. Scale you have to take here, that we will be doing right now in the graph paper, taking an example of a line graph, and we will try to solve this. So by seeing this example, we'll try to solve one line graph question. Let us do that. So student, this is your question for preparing the line graph. Just copy it down so that we can move forward to draw the line graph. And the questions given below is also important. You will be finding, if you are having the textbook, you will be finding this on the page number 49 of your text. Try to copy it or try to see on that page so that you will be with me while drawing the graph. Brazil percentage of urban population out is given from 1960 to 2010. If you see the scale which is given out here in the 1960, that is, if you know, the population counting is done in every 10 years in India and in all rest of the world. Right now we are going to have population counting, that is called the census 2021, or we also call it as Janganna. So the population of the Brazil is out given here from 1960 to 2010, and several questions are asked. Let us see and analyze the type of scale. 1960, the population percentage of the Brazil was 47.1. 1970, the percentage of the population was 56.8. 1980, the percentage was 66. 1990, the percentage again increases to 74.6. In year 2000, it was 81.5, and the year 2010, it was 84.6. The question asked is, what is the interval of the data? In which period did the urbanization occur rapidly? Write 5 sentences analyzing the data. So let us draw the graph, and we will be going on the graph right now. Please copy the question if you have not done already. So see, this is your graph paper, normal graph paper. If you are having at your home, you can try it out. So this is your normal graph paper. Here from the left side we have to leave 2 lines, 1, 2, and from the bottom, that is from here, 1, 2. So this is the margin which we have to use for x-axis and for y-axis. Let us draw that and you will be very clear with that. So see, this is the margin which we have used for x-axis. 2 boxes from here we have to leave, and 2 boxes from down we have to leave. Okay, so that that will be more beneficial for writing down our scale here on x-axis as well as on the y-axis, because you have to plot it on the scale. For the scale, you people are also allotted the marks. 1 marks for this 2 scale for writing this 2 scale, 1 marks for the scale writing on the right hand side, on the top of the right hand side, and again for preparing or drawing the graph you will be getting 1 mark. So in all you will be getting the 3 marks, and you have to be very careful. So let us analyze the question. So if you see the question, again coming back to the question, if you see the question, so you have to select the scale, what type of scale you will be using. So the scale which we are going to use, that will be of 10 centimeter. If you analyze, see 47, 56, 66, so that comes to your near about 10 will be okay, 10 percentage. So scale will be 1 centimeter is equal to 10 percentage on y-axis. Let us write on that scale of the graph. See, this is how we have to write on the right hand side, top bottom of the right hand side scale. See, I have written here 1 centimeter is equal to 10% on y-axis, which we are going to use on the y-axis. I will be showing you the by drawing the scale on the y-axis also. So see students, I have written the scale on the y-axis. If you see the Brazil percentage of the urban population, see, I have used the 1 box for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I have gone up to 100. That is depending on my data, what type of data is there. So this is my y-axis. I have done the scaling on the y-axis. Now you have to write down the scale on the x-axis. On the x-axis you have to take the number of years. On the x-axis you have to take the number of years. So we'll start with the question. See, the first, whatever you people have written the question, in that the first data, that is for 1960, it is given 47.1. Just wait, I will show you the. See here, the first in 1960 it is 47.1. Let us come to the graph and plot it 47.1. Okay, coming back to the graph, we have to plot the 47.1. Here it is your 40. Okay, and this is your half is your 45 and 47. Here somewhere around here you have to just put an dot out here. As it is, we are drawing a line graph, so you have to put an dot out here. Afterwards we are going to join all the lines, and on the x-axis you have to write, this is your 1960. Okay, so after that it is given 56.8. Let us come to the next point here somewhere around here, by leaving the one box here. It is your 1970. It is your 1970, and after 1970 the graph is around 56.8, somewhere around here. Okay, so you have to just put a circle also, so that it will be very easy to be identified. 1970 is already done. Let us go to the 1980. This is your 1980. Let us be clear with this. 1980. Again I have to go for 1980. It is around 66. So this is your 60. Here it comes to 65 and 66. Okay. So see, by saying this, it is very clear that I am just making out the point out here and plotting the graph. Coming to the 1990, that is 1990. See here, 1990. In 1990 it was 74.6. So let us come to the 70. So this is your 70, this is your 74, somewhere around here. That is your 1990. Coming to the 2000 year. 2000 it was around 81. It will be somewhere around here, 81. Then the last one, that is your year 2010. It is around 84. That means somewhere around here. Okay, now we have done with the plotting of all the years. Let us join with these points. See, now we have finished with the graph. If you analyze this graph, see, let me make the camera stable. Everything is done out here. So what will be the marking scheme? In the first frame we have talked about the marking scheme. So the 1 marks will be granted for this, that is the number of years, and for plotting out this. For this and this you will be getting 1 marks. For plotting this you will be getting 1 marks, and for writing this scale you will be getting 1 mark. In all you will be getting 3 marks for this question. So you have to keep in mind and you have to be very careful. See, purposely I have used here pen as to highlight the points. But students, you have to use the HB pencil very strictly. You know, a pencil is only allowed and color pencil is allowed for in the map. So you have to be very careful with this, and please try to solve this question repeatedly so that you will be very prepared for preparing this graph. Okay. So hope you will be practicing this graph repeatedly, and whenever we will be meeting next time, we will be discussing more on this. Okay. So hope you all will be doing well. Thank you.